Your dog hasn't missed a heartworm dose all year. Not one. So why do we still want to run a test? It's a fair question, and it deserves a real answer. Because that little monthly chew doesn't work the way almost everyone assumes it does. Most of us picture it as a shield. You give the dose on the first of the month, and for the next 30 days, your dog is wrapped in an invisible barrier that mosquitoes simply cannot get through. That is not what is happening at all. That chew is a dewormer, and when you give it, it does not look forward. It reaches backward. It sweeps through your dog's system and clears out the immature heartworm larvae picked up from mosquito bites over the previous 30 to 60 days. It is housekeeping. It cleans up what already got in. So it is tidying the past. It is not standing guard over the future. Every day that passes after a dose, your dog is quietly collecting whatever the mosquitoes happen to bring. Once that clicks, the reason a single missed dose matters so much stops being mysterious and starts being obvious. Say June gets away from you. Life happens and the dose lands 3 weeks late. The larvae picked up during that stretch do not wait. They keep developing, and they reach a stage where they have grown past what the medication is able to reach. Give July's dose right on time, and it will still clear everything recent. But the ones that aged out during your gap are already beyond it. That dose sails straight past them. They keep growing. They settle into the heart and the lungs. Over months, they mature into adults, and they begin doing real damage while your dog still looks and acts completely fine. That is how one late dose in June becomes a positive test the following spring. Not because you were careless, but because the timeline is far longer than anyone expects. Which brings us back to why we test every single year, even when nothing at all seems wrong. A new infection does not announce itself. It takes roughly 6 months from the mosquito bite before there is enough there for a test to detect anything. So the test we run today is not really asking about today. It is confirming that last year's protection actually held. We are checking the year you already lived through. And if something did slip through, finding it now matters enormously. Early treatment is simpler, safer, and far less expensive, and your dog comes through it with much less lasting damage. Finding it 2 years from now is a different conversation entirely. Advanced treatment means months of strictly restricted activity, no running and no play, for a dog who does not understand why. Here is the part most people never hear. That one small sample does more than a single job. The same annual test also screens for tick-borne infections, the ones ticks carry quietly, that cause fevers, sore joints, and a tiredness nobody connects to a tick that was never even seen. And the wellness panel we run alongside it looks at kidney function, including a marker that can flag trouble years earlier than the older tests ever could. Years, not months. One small sample, 3 different answers. Heartworm, tick-borne disease, and the earliest whisper of a change in the kidneys. That is a remarkable amount of information from a moment that is over before your dog has finished deciding whether to be worried about it. And all of it matters more here than in most of the country. We sit in the region with the longest mosquito season and the heaviest heartworm pressure in the nation. And there are documented cases of heartworm that resist prevention outright. Which is why year-round dosing here is not being overcautious. It is simply the baseline, 12 months every year with no seasonal breaks. So keep the doses on schedule, same day every month, whatever makes it easiest to remember. And test once a year, every year. And if you are ever unsure whether there is a gap somewhere in the calendar, just ask us. We will pull it up and look at it with you, right here. If you learned something new today, stick around. I share pet wisdom like this every single day.